All right, recording this in the morning after seeing Supergirl. I still hate that shit. That shit was so ass. It was such a waste of fucking money. I mean, that's how it usually goes with book and comic adaptations into visual media. They can't do a one to one. I understand, and that's not what I'm asking for. But I would hope that the adaptation at least keeps true to the themes of the story, to the messages of the story. Hell, even like an ode to some of the artwork. If you're gonna pick a comic book that has stunning art, and if you haven't read Supergirl Women of Tomorrow, I highly recommend it. Please pick it up, or you can read it online somewhere. I won't even get myself in trouble. Go read Supergirl Women of Tomorrow, and you'll see just on the cover, the art is fucking fire. The art is gas. Shout out to the artist, whoever the main artist was. It is a story of revenge and how revenge drives people to do certain things. Like in Supergirl's case, it drove her to drink and kind of neglect the potential that she always had to become Supergirl. For Ruthie, it was this just the straight story of avenging her family after Krem killed her, and that's not giving away anything from the story. That's the first scene that happens in the movie. It's the first scene that happens in the comic book. But I could take that opening intro and break it down, the differences between the two, and how that kind of already set off the vibe or the mood for what this adaptation was going to be, because I just got done reading little bits and pieces of the first chapter of the comic, and it is wholeheartedly different than how they did it in the movie. In the movie, you get introduced to Krem and his like band of bandits. They come and visit this random ass house on a planet, and the house is where Ruthie's family and them are staying. And he comes in. He's asking for food, and Ruthie's dad knows that the bandits are here because he makes weapons or some shit. Krem ends up killing the parents and sets off Ruthie on this journey of vengeance. In the comic book, however, Krem, he takes refuge in Ruthie's house, and Ruthie's family actually sits down and gives him a meal, and then he comes back the next day trying to rob them, and that's when he kills Ruthie's dad and family. Coupled with the fact that this is me just nitpicking, but Ruthie, like they left out so much of the opening part, like just for the viewer of the movie to connect with Ruthie's family, because in the comic book there's a couple of the moments between Ruthie and her family, but the whole point and what I liked about the opening part of the comic itself is that it introduces Supergirl from someone else's perspective. So you start off in the story and you're like, well, where is this going? And then it brings in Supergirl being a drunk train wreck, celebrating her birthday, still remembering that she has certain principles that she has to uphold, like honor. So when Ruthie goes to the bar, and after Ruthie's parents die, she goes looking for somebody to avenge her parents' death. That's when she goes to the bar and she offers all the patrons in the bar. This is like a really rough type bar. The reward of the sword if they can go help her kill Krem. And this being a shady ass bar, the bandits or whoever the patrons of the bar, they kind of like jump her, take the sword from her, and try to leave. And that's when Supergirl kicks in and starts doing Supergirl shit. I wasn't sold as Millie Alcock as Supergirl, I'll be honest with you. It just was not there. The writing was not there for her. The writing was not there for Ruthie. Um, we can get into Krem, like, in the movie. Why the fuck was Krem Russian, bro? The whole point of Krem, it had, like, these fucking he looked like he had, he opened one of them ball bearings and just started putting them all on his face. Like, what is that shit, bro? In the comic, he's just a normal dude. He's just a normal looking dude. Lobo, oh my fucking god, Lobo was not necessary at all. He's not in the comic book, and there was no need to shoehorn him into this movie. He was not needed at all. He didn't add anything to the movie. Just terrible comedic relief. They were trying for jokes too much. And I'm not saying you can't have fun in a fucking comic book movie, but bro, you have to remember again, there's a central ethos, a central plot that you have to move along. And it was just, I felt like they spend more time on the later half of the movie on like the action, and not even the action. It was too much jokes, and the movie had, I don't know if James Gunn approved this or whatever, because come to find out, he wasn't even the director of the movie. Bro, there was too many bodily fluid jokes going on. I'm sorry. I'm not a prude in any way. I'm all for raunchy jokes every now and then, but like every 5-10 minutes, somebody's throwing up. They got an alien pooping. They got Supergirl trying to sit and peeing in the toilet. Like it felt pervy to a certain degree. And then the last thing we got to get into, which is the brides. What the fuck was that plot line? I have no idea. That also was not in the store in the comic book run, but in the movies, um, Krem and his bandits are going around basically kidnapping women from this planet to take as brides. And it just, they added like this African inspired family, like these black humans who don't speak English all that well, and then they just kind of get discarded by Krem, and that is supposed to inspire Supergirl to like kick it into overdrive. What they left out was there are a lot of stories along the way in the Supergirl comic, and it's only 8 chapters, so it's not that long, but it's very, very good. There's like they fucked up the bus scene. There's a scene where Supergirl and Ruthie, after they finally agree to work together, they take a bus after the bar to kind of hop onto the next planet, and the bus gets attacked by like this space dragon thing of energy, and it is so beautifully drawn. And Supergirl goes out, and there's like this scene where she flies through the space dragon or some shit, and it's like cloaking her with energy, and it just looks amazing. That was not in the movie. There was a plot line with they go to another planet, and this planet had like two species of aliens, a blue kind and a purple kind, but only the blue kind live on the planet itself. And the purple kind of just basically they got genocided. That's all of the way to put it. The pirates kind of placed them stakes against each other, and the blue aliens won out. And it was like this whole story about racism and the things you're willing to do to survive. That also got left out from the story. So again, anybody that you know or you have read Supergirl Win of Tomorrow, do not go see Supergirl thinking that it is anything like that at all. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money.